Hello my and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to talk about a little interesting subject, I believe, which is, did pirates actually play the Hurdy Gurdy? Let me explain. If you go around the internet, you will probably find several references to these particular subjects. It's either people who like pirates wanting to buy a Hurdy Gurdy, or it's the other way around, the Hurdy Gurdy being kind of quoted or used in works of fiction related to piracy. And in general, this kind of pops up quite frequently on Facebook groups, forums, etc. So there are actually several people who believe, or who would like to believe, that the Hurdy Gurdy is, or could be called, a pirate instrument. I've searched on the web. There is no one ever stating, or there is someone, but there's no one openly stating, usually, that the Hurdy Gurdy is a pirate instrument, but it's kind of an understanding, you know, those things that you will find on the internet, in images, in forums, in fiction, etc. And before going to the point of did the pirates actually play the Hurdy Gurdy, I would like to discuss how and why people started believing this. Well, first of all, I think Black Sails started it all. The TV series Black Sails by Stars, I think you probably saw it. If you like this channel, you should. Actually features on the main theme Hurdy Gurdy. Yes, and also in other parts of the soundtrack, which is wonderful, and you should listen to it if you haven't already. But yes, the Bear McCreary, who actually wrote the soundtrack and the title theme as well, of course, chose the Hurdy Gurdy. He's actually a pianist and a composer, he's not like a Gurdist. But he chose that instrument because he found it strange, squeaky, and he felt that he could make an impact with such a strange instrument, which he could not with a piano or a guitar, for example. And of course it is also a period instrument, which helped a lot. So then there is Sea of Thieves, the famous game about pirates. In Sea of Thieves you can actually, inside the game, you can play a Hurdy Gurdy, as well as being featured in some of the soundtracks, so that again strengthened the idea that the Hurdy Gurdy is a pirate instrument. And last but not least, you probably know from my other videos Babel, the Hungarian Hurdy Gurdy maker. In his website he actually states that the pirates liked the Hurdy Gurdy as an instrument because it was both shaped leather. And that's strange, especially since he is not in really much in the, you know, internet culture, etc. So that's probably something he hasn't read, like on Facebook groups, because he's not on Facebook, I think, or anything else. So that's quite odd. Not to mention the fact that many pirate bands, modern pirate bands, like pirate metal or pirate folk today, actually have a Hurdy Gurdy among their instruments. Anyways, that's how people started thinking that the Hurdy Gurdy is a pirate instrument. I mean, is that real? Well, maybe. We have to consider that even though we can say we are quite sure about the fact that some, if not all, or if not most, of pirate ships had musicians on them, which might have meant that a few pirates were actually musicians or whatever. But this is a very broad subject we will probably face in another video. But yes, in the pirate ships there were musicians. And in the early 18th century, which is pretty much the golden age of piracy, the Hurdy Gurdy was played a lot. Not only by you know, beggars and folk musicians and street performers, as it was in the following centuries, but in that period of time, actually the Hurdy Gurdy was reintroduced again in the noble society, so in the higher stratus of society, and it was played. There are many paintings depicting men and women also playing the hurdy-gurdy in course, so not on the streets. Which meant in that period the instrument was improved technically and was also quite widespread, both in classical music, so high level of society, but also on the streets by poor people, beggars, blind people, etc. So it was quite widespread, and being an instrument which plays well solo, I imagine it was quite convenient for pirates, you know. You couldn't afford an orchestra on a ship, while you know, a hurdy-gurdy can, you know, keep up the rhythm and play the drones and the melody, and everyone can dance and sing, and that's fine. So even though I cannot state that the hurdy-gurdy was in fact played by any particular pirate in any particular period of time, I am frankly quite sure that among the other instruments that were played on pirate ships, one of them could have been the hurdy-gurdy. Not necessarily, but it could have been. So, in brief, if you're wondering, did pirates actually play the hurdy-gurdy? The answer is probably. If you like the video, subscribe to my channel.
Subscribe to my channel, you land lubbers!